It's January 10th, Saturday, 11:01. Saturday Night Live's on. Blonde hair girl's on the Saturday Night Live host. Said something about she's tall and she met her boyfriend at TJ Maxx clearance aisle. He's shorter than her. Well, it's like, I was over at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something over here in Olathe. And there are these two women. One of them kind of looked like a realtor girl. Nice looking woman. The other one is kind of blonde and wearing all these white clothes with the Indiana Hoosiers t-shirt on underneath her white jacket and blonde hair. She was real pretty and nice looking. I said something just like, "You're not wearing that shirt for the game tonight, are you?" And the realtor looking girl kind of looked at me like she knows I'm race. She knows me, and well, anyway. Then the blonde girl goes, "You bet I am." And I said, "Well, I went to Purdue." And she goes, "Oh, you must hate it." And I said, "Oh, no, I really don't care that much. I got a master's at Purdue. And I mean, I really don't care. Just, Indiana's having their best season in a million years. So good luck to the Hoosiers." And they just are on fire. Beat Oregon pretty good. Yeah, that blonde hair girl, she could be my girlfriend. I meet her at TJ Maxx, whatever. I'd take it. She's a pretty nice looking girl. I'd definitely be interested in her as a girlfriend. But yeah, Indiana's on fire. Hey, it looks like they're gonna. I don't know. I went to the Barley's last night, and this guy kind of taps on. Somebody tapped on my shoulder. Some of the regular people I see, it's like, "Hi, how you doing?" And I kind of like look around, who's tapping on my shoulder, and this guy said something about, "Do you work at Honeywell? You look familiar. Do you look at Honeywell?" And I said, "No, I don't work at Honeywell." And I said, "But I got a mechanical engineering degree, and I did put some stuff on their Facebook website a few years ago, a year or two ago." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, never mind, don't matter." But Honeywell's in my brain, from Oklahoma State and local Honeywell stuff. So Honeywell, I'll be happy to be the chairman for $1 billion a week. Yeah, I know, and I would be happy to be the chairman for $1 billion. I think I said I want 10 figures, and the guy was like, see, another guy said did the same thing the other day at the casino. Kind of like said, "You look familiar," so he must be in my fraternity, KU, KU chapter, K State. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then there are these two girls that are playing this Instamatics group. They're playing. They're good. They've been around forever. Playing bars. They're good. They play this old '60s psychedelic hippie music, whatever you want to call it, sort of. And so this one girl's on the dance floor, and she had on jeans, whatever, bell bottom, kind of like stripes. I tried to say something. She looked like a hippie, dancing on the dance floor. It was too loud, and she couldn't hear me. And I want to get up. This other girl's walking around with her knee high boots and go go. Looked like a go go girl. And so they were during a break. They were talking, and I said something to one of them. Both of them. They were talking to an older guy, an older bald headed guy who seems to be there. I noticed that guy goes there fairly often, and he was kind of dressed up nice and fancier clothes with, suspenders and, dressed up nicer than the usual. I'm wearing jeans and a shirt like this or something. And I said, I said to one girl, I tapped on her. I said, "Hey, I was going to say that you look like a real hippie for the '60s music." And then I said to the other girl, I said, "And you look like a real go-go girl. You guys are perfect for this man." Then the guy looks at me and says, "I would pay a cover charge to talk to girls like this." I was like, "Wait, what? You'd pay a cover charge to be able to talk to girls?" Nice, nice. I was like, "Okay." I just kind of left him alone. I wasn't trying to interrupt the guy. I don't know. He was kind of dressed up. nicer than most people, and that's fine. I don't. One of the reasons I do go to that bar is because they don't have a cover charge. They got good music, or I like the bands a lot of the time. They got bands close. So what influences me to go there is close, location close, no cover charge, free, and I go there fairly often when I think I'm going to like the band. So the band's been around 10, 20, 30 years. I recognize them. I know I like them or don't like them or whatever. So yeah, I go there a lot. Of course, the one girl, been there for a while, Levy girl, nurse girl. I said, last year I can't figure her out or her friends. She kind of like doesn't like me, or she wants, I don't know, playing. I don't know what I said. Last year you said you didn't want to dance because your back was hurting, and you also didn't want to have wild sex. So I said, "Well, how's your back feeling right now this year?" And she like looked at me like, ah, kind of like laughing at me. I think I tried that once before. She was, yeah, I don't know, just messing with her. And then her other girl, well, the other one, she's married to the guy, but the guy's always chasing other girls on the dance floor, but they're married, and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Or maybe they're not. They're married in their own little world, but they go out and okay, I don't know. I don't care. Whatever works for you. No matter to me. You have that blonde at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. You can give me your name and number, and I'll be happy to take you out. You're pretty good looking girl there. Yeah. What else was I talking about? Well, I don't know. Oklahoma State was playing Iowa State. Iowa State's ranked number 3 in the country. We were at Hilton Coliseum, and Oklahoma State was winning for the first 10 minutes or so, and in the second half, Iowa State was ahead. Oklahoma State tried to close the gap some. I don't know. Iowa State won. Well, Oklahoma State gave them a good competitive game. Oklahoma State's a good team. Iowa State's always tough at Hilton Coliseum, even when they're not ranked. They're beating top teams. So Iowa State's the only original Big 8 team, man. They were good in football, ranked top 10 football and basketball. They're the original Big 8, still out there doing it. A lot of the new teams are ranked and winning in football and basketball. Of course, Nebraska is having their best basketball season ever, and they're in the Big Ten. Colorado's back in the Big 12. They're okay. Missouri, SEC. I don't know. They're still there. They're okay. I guess they're decent. So, original Big 8. Oklahoma's in the SEC. Texas is in the SEC. Those two. So Oklahoma's original Big 8 SEC, Missouri's original Big 8 SEC, Nebraska's original Big 10. Colorado came back. Oklahoma State's still here. Iowa State's here. KU, K State. So KU and K State are originals still here. Iowa State, Oklahoma State originals still here. It's 4 out of 8. Colorado's back. 5 out of 8. Nebraska, Missouri, and Oklahoma are gone. It's 3 gone out of 8. What else was I thinking about? I went to Purdue. I went to Oklahoma State for an engineering scholarship offer, and it was close to home. 5-hour drive away. And I wasn't brainwashed into going to my dad's colleges, Ivy League schools. And I wasn't brainwashed in anything other than reality was you're no different than everybody else. And I worked at Metcalf South Wolverine in high school. That's because you own Merrill Lynch doesn't mean you get a paycheck. You only own Merrill Lynch if your name's Merrill, or you're 6 feet tall, or any owner gets 100% legal respect no matter who they are. So all this bullshit started when I was 16. So I got my degrees, like an American, engineering at Oklahoma State, 4 years, and then Purdue Cranert, not for the Big Ten, for the top 10 national ranking. Yeah, it was all full of crap and fraud. And I say everything's full of crap and fraud. So Merrill Lynch, my name's Crawford. You owe me $1 trillion. I'm right here, punks. Smith Barney, Payne Weber, same thing, punks. Reese Nichols, Berkshire Hathaway, America, minimum wage for me is $1 billion a month now. And I'll use Purdue Finance to show that I'm really, should be $1 billion a week. Because somebody got $4 billion a hedge fund manager paycheck. And we'll just use a little financial analysis that their annual return was, we'll say 20, 30%. Some of these guys don't, they made such a big deal about outperforming the S&P 500, Wilbur's. I mean, it can't be done. That it was ridiculous. But, some of these top hedge fund managers don't outperform the S&P 500. Some of them have a year or two, great, they do 20, 30% a year. I can do 200-300% a day trading. So that logic will be used to justify my $1 billion a week paycheck based on the market precedent of $4 billion a year hedge fund paycheck. So see, all this logic that I do is so fucking 100% correct that I'm so fucking 100% correct. And I've been doing this since, I'm a Crawford. My dad was George F. I've been doing this since I was in kindergarten, 5 years old. I don't fucking believe this Nazi ass bullshit these punks around here do. And the Wilburs at Purdue. And the goddamn fucking idiots at Oklahoma State, the frauds, IBM, whatever. The jobs that nobody wants, they try to recruit people for and make them sound great. Gee whiz, you get to work at IBM. Oh, it's like, no, it's gee whiz. I get paid and make $1 billion a week. That's what's gee whiz. So hand me the money, punks. Turn yourselves in. And let an American like me do what I'm supposed to do and make the amount of money I'm supposed to make. And all the punks face their destiny of prison for being punks, and they learn a lesson where they can think about what they've done and that it's not even remotely acceptable. And they remorse for 20 years for what they've done in pain and agony while I'm living the billionaire a week fucking paycheck lifestyle I'm supposed to. You understand that, punks? You're too stupid to understand anything. You understand it, but you don't want to you don't give a shit and you don't want to. You don't want to give. You just want to keep on fucking taking. And I don't want to take. I want to give the hell back to your punk asses.